Sorry for the hot delay. We had all kinds of trouble. We have Dave here who was stuck in traffic, and then I had a tornado roll through last minute, or I lost power and internet for a smidgen of time. But we are back up and running now. He is back home. It is still storming here. Who knows? I still might lose power. I don't know. But heads up, if I do go boot it from here, I will pop back on from my cell phone that I have set up over there. So, hi.
Hello.
We made it. We are survivors. We did it. We're going live against the odds. Oh, take that. So, yes, hey Dave.
How you doing?
Much better, much better. Yes. I'm going to say a quick shout out to the chat. They were here a whole hour ago, and I'm sorry. We're starting to get some people in now, but I'm going to shout out every single one of you buttholes that was in the chat from 10 o'clock, and I'm sorry. So, and it's not letting me go back any further than this, but hey, Beef It, thanks for showing up. What's up, Taint? How are you doing? All the way from the UK, we have the greatest farter and mod of all time. What's up, Glenn? Hi, Crystal. What's up, Crystal? How you doing? Also, we had a lovely guy join me the other day. Obviously, he's from Michigan also. He got nailed within a few minutes before I did. Hopefully, he is also recovering from his storm. But hello, Ronan. How are you doing? Also, go follow him. He's fairly new to our community in this little section here. So
yeah, Ronan's a really great guy. He did a review of my book earlier on. He's a great guy. He really is.
Nice. Good to know, because we did shout him out and post a link to that review. So boom, go follow that and check that out. So if you want to hear more about it, go for it. Let's see. We had Brian, who I was on a stream with at 8-ish, 9-ish o'clock-ish. So go check him out. And if you don't know, Dave, Brian here hosts, well, pretty much everybody in here is on a YouTube doing comic book related stuff, but he hosts the Comic Book Community Awards, and nominations are already over, but tomorrow at 10, he will be doing a live stream where he's doing the finals of the nominations for that. So go check that out, everybody.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And then voting will be until the end of the year, I believe. Hey, John, how are you? Yes, post those fart clouds. Hello. Hey, Steve, how are you? Yes, and then that's a link to Ronan's review, so go check that out. And there's me telling everybody you're late.
I'm Italian. We don't believe in time.
I'm also half Italian, so that's perfect. Great. Just finished dinner. If you're still here, please let me know. What did you eat? Also, yes, go follow each other. Everybody follow all the people. Yes, and we also, while you were gone, we went and said hey to some other people that were streaming at the time. So yeah, go check out everybody, go say hi to people. And then yeah, this is where I was letting people know the tornado situation. Yeah, I'm catching up. Dang, it's a while ago. Hang on. Yeah, that was when my electrical was humming. I know. What up, Trev? Okay. All right. Yes, I think we are finally caught up to the present time. Is this the present? Are we at the now? We in the now? What's up, Gary? What's up, Glenn? Beef It made it back. Yes. Oh, hey, James. What's up, James? Hi. Let's see. We got Sugar. What's up, Sugar? Yay! All the peeps make it back. Yes. I believe I am live now, CJ. What's up, brother Joe? How are you doing? Hi, Rudy. How are you? Oh, we got Timothy. Hey, Timothy. Also a future guest on the show. What is happening, doodads? Yes. Yes, exactly. Don't be a chump. Back Rogue, the American Dream. Yes, it's also packed full of action, as you will see earlier or later. My time is all stuck in tornado. It's just whirling around right now. All of the time, we'll be checking it out. So yes. Yeah, man, wow. My brain just flip-flops the whole way around there. Oh, you better win Channel of the Year. Brian's gonna have hell to pay. Well, we're gonna find out tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Is your guest hideous? Why can't we see his face? You know.
I I I don't like doing my whole facial thing because one, I always end up having a weird look expression on my face. And two, I don't have a nice setup or anything like that. Like I'm literally using my phone and my camera phone. So I move my hands around a lot when I talk because it's an Italian thing. And like my friend even said, like after my first video, he's like, "Dude, stop moving your hands." He's like, he goes, "All I saw was you moving your hands around, the lights bobbing up and down in the background." He's like, "Dude," I was like, "Okay."
Well,
I'm like, I'm just gonna use the picture.
You're totally fine because you want to know what? I'm calling him out right now because this dude doesn't show his face on cam. He just literally has a hand cam. So no room to talk there, CJ. Hello, Irish. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you are also doing well. And yes, here are some links. Thank you, Glenn, for dropping the links. I know. I don't know what it is. We don't usually have this bad of weather. I don't know. We just got nailed by every storm possible this year. It's not been pleasant. You cannot witness protection. You cannot show your face. There you go. That's the answer that you need to tell people. Hey, Jackson. Hi. Okay. Let's take a deep breath. We made it through the introductions of the finest buttholes on the planet of the YouTube. You will not find a greater bunch of butts than that of my chat. Yes. So, hello, David.
Hello.
Oh, what? Dave's not even his real name. It's Tony. Timothy, how dare you out him like that? He's in hiding. Don't drop the ball like that. Can't do that. Can't be doing that. Gotta keep his secrets, dude. What's up? Hey, Rude. Yes, this is turning into an Insomniac. You know, I wore the perfect shirt for this. This is turning into an Insomniac kicking it with K-pop right now. Yeah. Okay.
And I will say this: if you hear any strange noises coming from my end, do not worry. It is just my 6-pound Chihuahua who wants attention.
Sure. You're fine.
He constantly, if you don't pet him or acknowledge him at least every 5 minutes, he cries.
You know what? I solved your cam problem. From now on, you just have to do Chihuahua cam every time I do an interview, and then just put it on the cam. That's it. That's all I got to do.
Yeah, I'll just put a picture of my puppy up there.
No,
probably get a lot more views.
Cam on the dog. That's all I got to do. Just cam on the dog. You're gonna get like 9 trillion.
Oh yeah.
In no time. That's all I gotta do. That's all I gotta do. That's what you gotta do the next time.
Puppy.
Yeah, puppy cam. That's it. Just put it on there the whole time and be like, "Aw, doggy."
It works. It would work.
It would probably work extremely well. Yes. Dave, you mean you farted? Yes. The Chihuahua farts or thing. Yes. Hey guys. Okay. Yes, we made it back through the introductions again. People are finally popping back in again. So hey, Dave. Hi. Would you like to introduce yourself finally to the lovely butts of this community?
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is David, and I am the writer and creator of Rogue: The American Dream. It is my very first graphic novel. It's 121 pages. Been working on it with my artist Kitty Cuss we started this project about a year ago, and now it's we're in the final days of the IndieGoGo and Kickstarter campaign. There's 2 days left on those, and then another 30 days on the Fund My Comics campaign. The book is completely done. We just have to do a final spell check, and other than that, the book is 100% finished. And as soon as that campaign ends, as soon as all the campaigns ends, the book will be shipping out. So no long waiting, no year, 2 years, 5 years waiting to get your book. You'll be getting it about a month after the campaign ends, if not
Oh,
sooner.
very nice. That's awesome. I like it when people are about at least 90% finished when their campaign goes to end, so that way you're not waiting, because I've literally been waiting about 2 years on a couple of my
I've
campaigns. And
waited 5 years for books.
oh,
And
I'm
then by the
sure.
time I even
Yeah.
get them, I'm like, I'm not even interested in reading this. I'm like,
Yeah.
because I don't even remember. I
Oh
don't even
yeah.
remember it.
Well, not only
That
do
was
you
one of
not
the
read, yeah.
yeah,
I'm
that was
sorry.
one of
Go
the
ahead.
major things that I talked about with Kitty before we even started this project. Because as a because I was a consumer before I was a creator.
Hmm.
And I said to him, I says, one of the things I hate is I hate waiting a year, 2 years, 3 years for books to get done. I says, so I want the book either 90% finished or 100% done by the time the campaign starts. I says, remember the campaign runs for about 30 to 60 days. I was like, so you'll still have that time frame to finish up any last minute things that we have to do. And he busted his ass these last like few months, and he like just turned out pages after pages. I mean, we're talking 121 pages.
That's
So
a
I mean,
lot of
it
pages.
was a
That's a lot of
lot, and
pages.
he was cranking them out nonstop. He definitely has been 100% committed to this project since day one.
Yeah. That's awesome.
He's just as passionate about this as I am. So it was really really great.
That's good. Okay. So CJ says he wants to know, what are you doing to your Chewy?
My Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Just usually petting him when he wants pets, or he likes to play fetch, or just
Aw,
sits up on my chest.
that's cute.
Huh.
Oh, you saw a Chihuahua corgi at a Target. That had been cute. They've been tiny and fluffy. That'd have been cute.
Yeah, mine's when me and my fiance got him, he was 2 pounds,
Oh
and
wow.
he's now 6 pounds.
Let's see. Oh, Journey has a question. He wants to know, what made you go full graphic novel and not individual floppy?
Well, when I started writing this, my original intention was to only do about 60 to 80 pages. Um, and then as I was writing it, it was just like, okay, I'm like, well, we're at 90 pages. Okay, now we're at 100 pages. Okay, now we're at 121. My original intention was to turn this story into actually like a 4-part story.
Okay.
Um, and then as I was writing it, I was like, this might be my one and done. I was like, I might do a book two.
Okay.
I this was before the campaign launch. I was like, I don't know how well this thing is going to sell. I'm like, as a first time creator, writer, and a complete unknown. I'm like, I don't know how well this thing is going to sell. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for Brooke then, and I'm just going to write the whole story. The book does end, but it leaves it wide open for a part two. So at the current rate
Ooh.
of the campaign that's going on, um, I will definitely be doing a book two for this story.
Okay, cool. So that's good. So even if it doesn't hit the expectations that you want, you're still going to go through with the book too, or a different book
Yeah.
maybe in the future? Okay.
Sales these last couple days have the sales the last couple days have been really um, coming in.
Okay.
So I am great. I mean, I am grateful for everybody who has backed the book. I am grateful for those that even just show their support by retweeting everything I do on about this book. I am grateful to everyone for it. I truly am.
Yeah, there's some really awesome people in the community. I'm talking about just all over the place, depending on, doesn't matter where you're at, that will either support, they'll do $1. And even if you can't even afford anything, they'll just retweet you all the time and post the links and tell people about it to go. And that's awesome. I think that's so
Yeah,
cool.
because I reached out to a couple people who have been retweeting this stuff like since day one.
Nice.
And I reached out to them and I says, listen, let me know what platform you ordered from and give me your order
Okay.
number. I was like, so I can like send you some extra goodies and some extra stuff. And they're like, actually, they're like, I'm really tight on cash and money's not really good right now. They're like, so I really can't afford to buy to buy a copy. They're like, but I'll support you and retweeting everything that you do and tell everybody about this book. And I've been like, you know what? Just give me your address when this campaign is over. Give me your address. I says I'll send you a free copy. I says don't even worry about it. I
That's
says
so nice.
I'll send you a free copy, man. I says I appreciate it so much to see, and it's just really cool to see other people like that much into and like my book, where it's like, dude, this is my first time doing this, and like, you're that much into it and dedicated to wanting to see somebody succeed. I was like, that just really means a lot to me. It really does.
All right, we're starting to get some questions in the chat. And also, James Smith says he's done 3 campaigns this year and 3 times everything was fulfilled. That's awesome. Way to go, James. That's super. Hold on. I heard the humming again from my electrical pole. Scaring the crap out of me because I had a tree branch right outside my window that latched on the last time and it surged for like 3 days. Scared the bejeebus out of me all 3 times. But yeah, no, you're really awesome. That's awesome, James. I've literally had campaigns, IndieGoGo and Kickstarter, and some are going on 3 years now. Some were like half fulfilled, but they're waiting on like t-shirts and tote bags and some other stuff. And the other ones they didn't even start making the comic book when they made the campaign.
Yeah.
Like, why would you make a campaign if you didn't, like, you should at least be halfway finished with the book when you start a campaign. Like, I don't understand
it. I mean, like, I get it where if like you have an artist that you have to pay, like I get that because artists don't work for free. But I mean, at least come up to some sort of negotiations. I mean, I paid Kitty. I paid for everything for this campaign out of my own pocket. I paid everybody up front, and Kitty and Kitty was great to work with because I was like, dude, I'm gonna pay you with my tax money. I was like, because we were coming up towards the end of the year. I was like, so I'm gonna pay you in full with everything from my tax money. I was like, so don't worry, I'm gonna have the money for you. And he was like, okay. And he just started drawing the book. And he's like, don't worry about it. He goes, I trust you. He goes, it's cool. And then when I got my money, I was like, all right, dude, I got the money. Do you want it yet? He's like, nah, I'll finish. Let me finish the book. He goes, and then you can pay me. I was like, okay. So it's like I understand, but if you're gonna work with an artist, you got to come up with some sort of like mutual ground understanding and be like, listen, we got to get at least half this book done. Can I? And I mean, and the other thing is too, I mean, get an artist that you can afford. I mean, I met a lot of artists before I met Kitty, and I knew what my budget was of what I could afford. And I mean, I had these guys who were like, "Oh, I'm $175 a page." I'm like, "Well, your artwork is beautiful, but I cannot afford to pay you $175 a page." I'm like, "I can't afford." I'm like, I can't. Plus, that's gonna cost me at like over $8,000. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make $8,000 on my first book. I was like,
Hmm.
that's just not gonna happen. That's just not reality. Um, and
Yeah,
so
that's difficult for some, because I know some people that have been in the biz and they don't even make 2 grand per thing, and they've had a long following of people.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
It-
it's just, and you know, the other thing, um, especially for a first timer, um, you got to time it right. You know, I mean, if you've got all the big wigs who are putting out 3 books a piece all together at the same time, you know, you're going to get lost in the shuffle. You're just going to get lost. Um, you know, so
yeah.
definitely a time. So definitely a timing is in order. You know, you gotta kind of watch what everybody else is putting out and where they are with other books, and going, okay, now's a good time because your campaigns are coming to an end. Nobody's really putting anything else out. No, no other huge books are coming out right now. Now's a good time to put it out.
Yeah. Also, Jay Ryan is in the chat. He says, just no chat. K-pop is thinking about us all wearing V-neck shirts right now. Damn right I am. And Timothy says, I know she is, and I feel so violated. You're welcome. Okay, we have a couple questions queued up.
All
Journey would
right.
like to know, what's your background? Did you take any specific writing courses?
Um, no, I have never written before. Um,
Okay.
Making a comic book has always been my childhood geek dream. Um, I used to draw years and years ago, but I haven't picked up a pen and paper in probably close to about 20 years. And
Okay.
I was like, well, drawing's out of the question because I don't even remember how to do it. It's been so long. I was like, maybe I could write a story. And um, I ended up meeting a great guy who I became very good friends with by the name of Elon Mudd, who really helped me, like, helped me with the story. We brainstorm. We would call each other. We would brainstorm and swap back and forth ideas on my story. Um, and I literally just took everything that I loved from 90s movies and 90s comics and action movies,
Nice.
and I just jam packed it all into one book and just one story. And everything in the book was inspired from the action movies I grew up watching to the comics that I read during the 90s and during the, you know, extreme time of Image Comics and everything.
Yes. I like the way of the action that flows. It's not too much all at once that you can't keep track of what's happening. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that
And not a
flows
lot of
nicely.
downtime where you're like,
Yes.
okay, 7 pages of dialogue and nothing going on.
And then you're
Okay.
like, oh man, I just want something to happen. But no, it's
Right.
the perfect ratio of stuff happening, character introductions, action. You could keep up with what's going on. The dialogue is nice. Lots of actions. Yes, I think you guys would enjoy it. And it's very much like comic book, like 90s comic book, definitely 90s comic book. Also some anime, I would say. I would say definitely some action movies you got going on in there, which I like a lot. Also, there was a comment in here which I liked a lot from Journey, and I'm going to highlight this because he's giving you mad props, bro. Can you see the comments, by the way?
I can, but it's really tiny on my phone.
Okay, then I will read it to you. I understand the need to raise funds. The creators should have some skin in the game. The people have faith in the project and invest in it. The creators should do the same. I respect what you're doing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
There you go. There you go. Also, we got a couple other people that would be featured guests on my show. Hello, welcome in. Yes. Yes, I did really enjoy Image. Now, you're a huge comic guy. It says on your profiles and stuff that you really like comics. How long have you been reading comics, and what was like the first comics that got you like really invested? and wanting to read comics?
Oh man, I've been into comics I think since I could read. And my very first comic was Amazing Spider-Man, and it was done by Eric Larson. It was back when he was doing Spider-Man,
Okay.
and it was Spider-Man and Venom, and I
Ooh.
got that book, and I remember. I mean, I grew up watching like the Spider-Man and the Friends, and you know the Adam West Batman, and you know I grew up watching all that stuff.
The Wonder Woman TV show, the Hulk
Yeah,
show,
I mean, I grew up
all
watching
that stuff.
all that stuff. Dukes of Hazards. I mean, everything.
All the good
You know,
stuff,
G.I. Joe, the Transformers, everything growing up as a kid. And then I got that one issue of Spider-Man, and and from there it was all just downhill. And from there it was Spider-Man, X-Men, you know, everything. Then during the 90s when Image came out and blew up the scene, and you know, I bought everything from them and Valiant.
I'm a sucker for 90s Image. I'm a sucker. I love Glory and Supreme. I will read every day. I have the omnibus of the Cyber Horse right there. My favorite.
I
mean, love it.
Cyber Force, Rob Liefeld's Young Blood, you know, Brigade. Oh God, I mean, it was just everything. And then I got into Valiant books with Magnus the Robot Fighter and Shadow Man and Bloodshot, and you know they were different comics because you know it wasn't capes and tights and I'm fighting a supervillain who's robbing a bank today. It was
can't forget Turok there.
Yep. Oh yeah, I love Turok.
Yeah. Also, hello to Biggie, hello to Arsenio, and a bunch of other people that are popping in. Also, Art Rich just asked this question. He says, "What's your favorite Image title?" But we kind of just answered that. Nicole.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll say Youngblood and Deathblow. Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, Youngblood. Youngblood was one of my favorite.
I love Youngblood. I still have some Youngblood Bend-Ons figures of Riptide. They're amazing.
I still have all the original 4 issues of Youngblood.
Me too. Yes. I also
Youngblood. I still have all of them. I still have the first 4 issues of Cyber Force, Wildcat, Savage Dragon.
I have the ash cans of Wildcats over there, and it's probably some of the best line work you'll ever see. It's so good. I was also really big into Maximum Press and Homage Studios. I like them all. Huge fan.
Yeah, but then when everything broke apart, and then Rob Liefeld was doing Maximum Press and other stuff.
Yeah, Savage Dragon. Yep, Savage Dragon.
Yeah, the original Savage Dragon, the first 4 issues. I love them. I absolutely love them.
You're gonna refrain from Youngblood shaming us, okay? Mr. Journey, this is someone that's been banned from Rob Liefeld's and whatnot streams from asking him too many questions. I have a lot of questions.
I grew up on Rob Liefeld when he was doing, you know, when he started off on the New Mutants, and then went into X-Force. So I mean, I grew up just love it. You know, it was just like, dude. I mean, so to this day, it's like you show me a Rob Liefeld cover, I'm like, it just brings me back. And it's like,
there's something so cheesy yet nostalgic, but also you just want it when you see a Liefeld cover. I hate the Fantastic Four Avengers covers, but I still want them. I still have them, and I'm still like,
yep. Oh,
I can't let it go.
Oh yeah, I ended up buying all of them on. I bought all of the Captain America ones that he did, and the Avengers ones on eBay a while ago. And even my friend was just like, "Why?" I'm like, "I don't know. I can't explain it. Just shut up."
And also, I really want to have bitchin' accessories and pockets because of him, and I'm pro that. Yes. So.
The guy who made pockets cool, and that it was just like, but what are they keeping those? Don't ask.
I don't even care. I just want pockets. They just look cool.
Right.
Also, yes.
Pockets, pockets, and guns that were way too big to hold,
But they
and
had the Hulk arms to hold them,
right,
so it made sense.
and swords that were so broken and chipped that looked like they would like crack if you plucked them, but still
But
slice through
they
everything.
still sliced through everything. They sliced and diced, baby.
Yeah.
Supreme Intent. Yes, I was a huge into both of those, actually. Timothy is saying Rob Liefeld is a combo of hyper and old man cranky. The dude is the most hyper guy I've ever seen in my entire life, and I actually adore watching his live streams because it's pure chaos, and I don't know ever what's ever going to happen. And I'm like, I I don't. I've never had that entire much energy in my entire life. I don't know how he's doing it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the funniest thing about him is that he is still, after all these years, he
Yeah.
is still the world's biggest geek.
Oh, he geeks
You
out
know,
on all
he's
this stuff.
still,
To this day, when he sees anything Deadpool, the dude loses it, and it's amazing that he has that much awe over his character that he's done.
yeah,
Also,
I mean,
comic
like,
journeys.
he
Yeah.
goes crazy over it. I mean, like, anybody who posts anything of the Image comics from back in the day, he jumps on.
Yeah.
He jumps in
Awesome.
there and it's like, oh. Like,
Ooh, hold on. Art Ridge Studio says he likes redesigning anime characters as if they were designed by Liefeld. It's a lot of fun. Honestly, that would be funny as hell.
well, did you
That'd
ever
be awesome.
see, there's somebody, I don't know who does it, but and I think I saw it like on YouTube or something, and somebody took the Watchmen
Oh,
and drew them in Rob Liefeld style. And it's the funniest and coolest thing you'll ever see. You have to look it up.
first of all, Art Rich, was that you? It might have been you.
Somebody took the Alan Moore's Watchmen, all the characters from Watchmen, and they redesigned them and just drew them in Rob Liefeld style with like the ponytail, the weird hair, the thing, all the weird
I want
things
to
are
see
sticking
that.
out of their backs. You know, half metal arms that make no sense, but it was like, okay.
I gotta see that now. I gotta look that up. I'll have to find that later. Art Rich says that was not him. Boo, by the way. Now you gotta do that. Biggie Shack says Deadpool and Cable are as good as Venom and Carnage. You know, I agree. They brought some awesomeness to the 90s and to today. Half my room is covered in Deadpool stuff. My brother is obsessed with Deadpool.
Oh, I mean, Deadpool was just. I mean,
Yeah.
I really don't like what Marvel's done with him in the last couple of years of just making him like a running gag joke.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually had. I remember. This was like one of the coolest moments in my life. Somebody was like talking shit about
Ooh.
like the old like Deadpool or something, or talking crap about like Rob Liefeld about like you're still claiming, you know, you're still trying to claim rights and holding on to Deadpool. You know, you're one character, and I jumped in. I was like, yo, first off, I was like, when Rob Liefeld drew and wrote Deadpool, I was like, he was a cool badass. I was like, and kicked and just fought like crazy. I was like, today he's a running joke and a gag and nothing but a joke. And he like Rob like messaged me back. He was like, thank you for the backup. I'm like, oh my God, Rob Liefeld just thanked me. I'm like, oh my God. My life is set now.
Life. Great. That's
it was like
awesome.
when I got a follow from like Sergeant Slaughter on Twitter. I'm like, Sergeant Slaughter follows me.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I'm like, oh my God. I called my best friend. I was like, dude, Sergeant Slaughter follows me on Twitter. He's like, fuck you, dude.
These are also good titles, James. I love Sam Keith. So Max, Pitt, Trencher, Wildstar.
Oh, the Wildstar book. I loved that story.
Yeah.
I thought that was such a great
Cybernary.
The first 4 issues. It was such a great story of it, just of like that looping story. I'm like, oh man, it was so good and just great artwork.
Yes.
Sam Keith's Max, that was just an hysterical book. That was
awesome. It was
hysterical and funny.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
it was
The
just
Max
so
animated
much.
series over there that I want to watch again. Life filled with ever. Well, you can't thank you. You were banned from his whatnot streams. You're probably sure he's got a restraining order against you.
But yeah, I remember the Max series on MTV. I remember that. That was a great show.
Yeah. It was amazing. I would love to see more of that actually. Liquid Television was pretty awesome. Yes. I also really love the painting styles of Simon Beasley is my favorite. I love his painting. I could watch him paint all day long.
Oh,
Yes.
Simon Beasley and Barry Windsor Smith.
Yes. I would have loved to have been around during Rosetta, like Clyde Caldwell, all that like that era, just to watch them paint. That would have been amazing. You know what I mean? Just
Barry,
paint nonstop.
yeah, and Barry Windsor Smith was just one of my favorite because he just had that really, really unique style. Like his whole because he did the whole Weapon X, Marvel Comics Presents Weapon X, the original or one of the originals of Wolverine, and it's just breathtaking. I mean, nobody draws blood and guts like he does. Like he just really. And then he just did covers. He did Bloodshot. He did Turok. You know, and he was just such amazing. You know.
I did not know this, Rich. I'm gonna have to look up Sam Keith's blog spot. He says he updates it regularly, so I'm gonna have to look that up. And people are talking about the Rob Liefeld Easy ebook that was going on in NWA at the moment. Glenn, you're doing pretty well for doing your first drawing the other day. Wildstorm Rising is pretty good. Oh, that's a shame. Sorry to hear that.
What's it say?
Wildstorm Rising is insane that Inka Everett passed away a couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
But yeah, I mean, I just remember all those books, and it was just awesome. I mean, they were all just great stories and just fun. And you know, I think when Image came out, everybody, and again, this was during that whole Attitude Era of the WWE, and I think my generation, the Gen X, we just got tired of capes and cows and, you know, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, you know, lifestyle. We were a pissed off generation of teenagers, and we just wanted something different. We wanted to root for the bad guys. You know, we wanted the guys who just came in and beat the crap out of people and then walked out, you know.
First of all, for a minute, I thought you said we had too much cows, and I was like, bullcrap. We haven't had enough cows in comics. Yeah, and it's unfortunate it never came together though. And up here, Biggie says Stephen Platt art was great. Also, yes. Well, I just saw somebody else pop in. Oh, hello, Justin Diaz. Hi.
But yeah, and
yes.
I mean those were the stories, and that was the style that just that really did inspire my book, and I put a lot of that in there. I was like, you know, and that's a lot that that era, those comics really did inspire it, and it really shows in my story, and even in Kitty's artwork.
Some heated discussion about some feet and haters at the moment, but it's all good fun. So James Smith was asking me a minute ago, is it difficult collaborating with someone, like butting heads, fulfilling your vision, etc.?
No, me and Kitty did not butt heads. We clicked right away. It was the only thing that we had a little, I guess you would say, breakdown in communication, because I'm from Western and he's from overseas, like near like Germany, I think he's from. So there were a lot of sayings and quotes that I used in the story that are popular here in the US, and he was just like, dude, that makes no sense. I was like, no, it's a Western thing. He's like, yeah, but I don't get it. I'm like, okay, let me try and explain this to you. And I have to tell like the backstory of like a movie or a quote or where something came from. And he'd be like, oh, yeah, I still don't get it. I'm like, just don't worry about it.
Thank you.
But other than that, like, no, we never butted heads on it. It was determined, you know, I mean, I was the writer and creator of the story. And when it came to writing it in comic book form and setting up the panels, I gave Kitty pretty much free range to draw how he wanted, how he would envision the scenes. I would give a description of maybe like, hey, we're standing in a building, we're standing here, or, you know, this is what the two characters are doing. And when he first got it, he called me and he was like, you know, well, how do you want me to draw this? How do you want? I was like, dude, I wrote the story. That was my baby. I was like, I want you to have fun doing this too. I said, I don't want you just drawing what I tell you to draw. I want you to enjoy this. I want you to, you know, let your artistic, you know, side speak for yourself. I says, you know, draw rough panels and, you know, we can edit them. And if I like, oh, I really don't like, but everything he drew, I was like, dude, I love it. I was like, just go for it. I was like, you're surpassing what I even thought this book was going to look like. So and that's how we went about it. You know, I mean, and I'm one thing also, especially if anybody who ever thinks about doing this or is inspired to do this or wants to do this one day, as a first timer, you cannot go into this with like with your arms folded, be like, nope, this is the way it is, and that's what I want. You have got to be open-minded about everything. Because I had a lot of help. Like I said, Elon Mudd was my editor, and he never tried to change my story. He never tried to tell me like, this is what you got to put in it. This is what you need to change that to. He never did that. All he ever did was give suggestions and be like, well, you know, you got to make sure you know, say, you know, you got to make sure you have, you know, a rise and a fall of a character. You know, you got to make sure you don't write your character as a Mary Sue. You know, think of action movies and, you know, a little bit more suspense. You know, that he really pushed me to keep to always make the story better. And it did. I mean, it got better and better with. I think I went through 9 versions of the story. Oh yeah.
So how did you find the artist, Kitty?
I actually found him on Twitter, and when I was going to start this project, I just started messaging people whose artwork I liked, and a lot of commissioned people, and I would love their artwork, and I would message them, and I would say, you know, everything about doing a comic book, and they were like, nah, I don't want to do a comic. Way too much work, way too much dedication. I don't have the time for that. I just want to stick to doing pinups. I'm good. I was like, okay. I was like, you know, no problem. And then I came across a couple pictures of Kitty's artwork, and I messaged him. I was like, dude, I really love your artwork. I love how it's that manga style with a little bit of Western details and shading in it. I says, I really love the combo. I'm like, you know, are you interested in doing a comic? And this is actually his first comic too. He's never done one before either. And he was like, I've never done a comic before. I was like, well, either have I. I was like, do you want to do one together? And he was like, fuck yeah, let's do this. I mean, and both of us walking into this project, and we were like, oh, cool, we're going to do a comic. I have no idea how to start this project. I'm like, I have no clue how to do this. And you know, we learned as we went. I mean, I learned a lot. Luckily, I found a great community of people that were very, very opening and like welcoming with open arms, and just be like, dude, like if you need anything, here's my cell phone number. Call me. You know, text me anytime you want, night and day. You know, I'll get back to you. If you have any questions, never feel, you know, just message me on Twitter anytime you want. And I did. I messaged them a lot. I was like, hey, I'm really sorry to bother you. They're like, dude, it's never a bother. They're like, we're here to help. Like, we want to see new creators coming up. Like, we want to see other new creators. We want to know that we're inspiring people to finally live their dreams and make their own books. We want you to succeed. What do you need? What can we do for you? And they were awesome people. They really, really were.
That's awesome. So Art Rich has a question. He wants to know, did Kitty do everything, including the colors and the letters?
The book is in black and white. The interior is in black and white. Two reasons. One, I love black and white books. I grew up on them, and I think black and white really shows off the artist's details and like shading and all that stuff. And two, printing in black and white is cheaper too. But yes, he did all the interior work for the entire book. And he also did the lettering for it as well. He did 2 of the covers, and then I have other artists who did a couple other covers for me, including a cosplay cover.
Okay. I have a couple questions in here. This is going to be real quick. So, if you collaborate with any artist, past or present, who would that artist be? If you say Rob Liefeld, I will blow a gasket. Also, Timothy Olsen says Rob Liefeld, and he's waiting for Journey to blow a gasket.
Well, let's see. If I had to pick anybody, and I couldn't pick Rob Liefeld, I would say, I think somebody asked this question one time on Twitter, and I gave them just a very simple, basic answer. I'm like, Jack the King Kirby. I'm like, no, okay. I'm like, perfect. I'm done. I'm like, just let me work with him one day, and I could die a happy man.
Is there a specific story that you'd want to do?
Oh God, I mean, where do you start from? I mean, besides, Apocalypse, Apocalypse, the Demon. I mean,
I love the Demon. Yeah.
Oh, the Demon! I love that book. That was the first book that wasn't like, "Hey, this is a superhero you're gonna root for." It's like, no, here's a villain that you are gonna kind of root for. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Aggie just popped in the chat. We had a couple more people come back from earlier. So he says, coloring is hard. Yes. And you have redeemed yourself with Journey. He says, okay, Kirby is acceptable. And then Tim also says, plot twist. Everyone is Rob Liefeld. Oh, snap, crackle, pop, baby.
Everybody's. Listen, I remember Rob Liefeld doing Levi's jeans commercials.
He did marry an actress, and I actually was a fan of hers as a child actress for a long time.
That's just to go to show you my age. I remember him doing Levi's jeans commercials, and he was also on the Dennis Miller show.
Whoa. Okay. Oh, Art Rich says, awesome, me too. Does that mean screen tone? Like manga? Like you mean like
yes, like grayscaling. Yes, grayscaling. I love it. The best example I've ever seen of somebody using just black and white and grayscale toning, Tim Vigil. If you go look at Tim Vigil, if you go look at his books, Faust, the grayscales that he uses, it's breathtaking. It's just gorgeous. I got a cover by it.
Yes, you do. And I'm going to be pulling that up in just a minute because it's been 50 minutes since we've been live. So I know.
You started talking about Rob Liefeld in the 90s books. That's your fault.
I know. It's so easy to nerd out with these buttholes in chat. I'm telling you, it's so easy.
I'm old and I work a lot. I don't get to geek out that much. And I don't like doing it in front of my fiance because I'm afraid she's just going to go, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm done.
She's like, I'm leaving this dude. We're out of here.
Yeah. So I'm marrying a 12-year-old. Great.
CJ is saying a colorist and inker will make or break our book. I also agree. Yes. And if you guys don't know the Faust book, go look it up. It's Tim Vigil and David Quinn.
Good luck finding them anywhere.
So there's very, very expensive ones, but they have been doing some rebranding on this. And I believe there was a Kickstarter IndieGoGo thing a little while ago for Faust, But
yes, it was a trade paperback. It was $100. You can actually go to Tim Vigil. Tim Vigil actually has his own website. You could go to his website, and I believe you could go to his store that's on there. And I also believe that it was put out by Asylum Press, if my geek memory serves me right.
Probably because Fearless Dawn, and he does a lot of stuff with Fearless Dawn stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, he did it with Asylum Press, and it was re-released. Yeah, I mean those books are just beautiful. And then if you could find his old stuff from Silver Line Comics, he did a book called Grips, which was like I think one of his first books he did. Awesome book.
Timothy, let me tell you, CJ is awesome. He'll mess around with you all day long. People think he's writing. It's okay. He's all right. Hey guys. Okay, Art Rich says, I was like 13 at a con and Tim Vigil just hung out and talked with me for quite a while. Then I realized I couldn't buy any of his stuff.
Yeah, I remember going to comic book stores and going up and like finding them at 15, 16 and going up to the counter and be like, can I buy this? Yeah. And luckily it was the comic book store that I grew up in, so they knew me there. They're like, listen, as long as you don't tell your mom where you bought it from, I don't care.
You know what the most hilarious thing in the 80s and 90s about comic stores is they had the weird porn 18 plus section, but you could find the worst books possible in the 10 for $1 bin.
Yes.
I think that's where I found most of my Tim Vigil stuff at the time, was in the back issue bin, which was just fair game. All the weird Vampirella.
I found most of my Tim Vigil stuff at flea markets. Go to a flea market and the box would be like you said, the box would be it's 3 for $1. These books are $5 a piece. And it would be filled with Faust and
oh man,
nude books, and I'm like, I'm just gonna take the whole box. I'm like, I'm good.
So Art Rich says, I was as shook as a good little Catholic boy. I'm sure that was quite eye-opening at a ripe age of 13. Yes. And also Timothy says, I saw one issue of Faust and I was like, WTF. Yes, he be posting some saucy stuff, and I think it's hilarious because people will send him hate, and then I send him weird pervy quotes and stuff.
well, it's funny. He did. There's a whole article on it. He actually did. He wrote and drew a full Batman story. He did it, and he was like, "Yeah, DC will never release it. I'll never release it because it's Batman." He goes, and it's personally mine. I've never sold any of the artwork from it. And and I'm like, and I'm just thinking today, with DC's Black Label, I'm like, do it.
Well, they also had Batman Dan where they showed him full on naked. So what else is in there, Tim? What else? Yeah. Come on, please release this, Tim. Come on.
I'm like, DC has their Black Label has their Black Label line now. I'm like, do it. Call him up and just say, we're gonna release this story. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see it because we know it's gonna be horrible.
Yes.
But just release it.
Timothy also was saying Martial Law was another comic book that got me thinking WTF is wrong with the creator.
Yeah, Martial Law was one of them. Oh God, what was the other book that was really fucked up? I know Faust was really fucked up. There was another book called.
There was a couple at the time.
Oh God, there was a whole bunch of stuff coming out during the 90s.
It kind of seemed like they were trying to outdo each other and also push the limits of what could be done. But let's get to your Kickstarter because it is 12 o'clock.
I mean, I remember Penthouse Comics.
There's Hustler, there's Penthouse, there's a few ones, but yeah, there's some really amazing art by some amazing painters in those books. let me go to your Kickstarter. Let's go to your Kickstarter page first, because you do have it up at 3 different sites. So
Yes.
for the people that do not know, you have it up at Kickstarter, which has 21 hours to go. It ends the 25th at 9:41 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You already hit funding goal on that, so that is already backed. So that's on Kickstarter. You also have it up on IndieGoGo, which I believe it also ends around the same time tomorrow.
Yeah.
That one is not fully backed yet. So I have a question on that. If that does not go fully backed, are you still going to be in the in-demand thing, or?
No, that one, you can only go in demand when you meet your goals. But
Okay.
there's 2 ways to select things. You can select when you set up campaigns, you can either select like keep it all, like even if you don't meet your fund goal, you'll still get your money, and they won't cancel it on you.
Okay. Because that makes sense, because they take the money up front. So that's pretty good.
The only one that I extended was
From my comic.
From my comics. And again, I don't want to be one of those people that like, I'm going to keep it in demand. Oh, cool. How long? 2 years. See, and like, no, I'm literally keeping it open just to.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a lot of people message me and say, like I said, like, I want to support your book. I want to get it, but I'm tight this month because I just bought like 4 other indie books this month, and I'm like, and I can't afford yours. Hopefully next month I can get it. I'm like, okay, then I'll keep one campaign open for 1 extra month.
I like that.
So it gives people a little bit more time to get money.
Like that. Yes, you got, so the Fund My Comic ends on September 25th. So you have exactly a 1 month from when everything ends tomorrow to keep continuing in case you can't make it on the other 2 campaigns. So it did fund on Kickstarter. It is being so you basically raise, let's see, 12 plus 5. So you're over $2,000.
Yeah, which
in
is
books, which is nice.
I am beyond grateful to everybody who has supported this project, been part of this project, who has backed this project. I mean, I am beyond grateful. I mean, I was telling my fiance and even my best friend, I was like, dude, I broke $2,000 today. I was like, not bad for a first timer and a complete nobody. I'm like,
not bad at all. Not bad at all. I know some people that struggle for 500 and $1,000.
Yeah.
And they're out there hustling every day, and their art and their book is amazing. They just can't, for whatever reason, get it. I don't know if it's timing. I don't know if they're on the right platform. I have no idea, but it's a shame that these creators can't make it. But I think that if it happens to you and you do not get funded, you know what? It's not the end of the world. Some people go up like 5-6 times, and then they get on there.
I've seen books go up there like 3 times that just couldn't make it, and then finally, like, they just change either, because it could be you're using the wrong platform. It could be your covers, because that's the thing that's going to sell the book the most. Because I mean, I know some people were like, oh, well, you need to show more interior pages. I was like, well, I'm going to show you the first 4 pages. I'm going to show you like maybe like another 3 or 4 pages of fight scenes. I was like, other than that, dude, I'm not showing you like 3/4 of the book here. Like, I got to keep some of it like a mystery and a shock for you, and like some and something of. I don't want to show you all this stuff, and then you'd be like, well, I've already seen half this book online. Nothing's exciting. So, I mean, it could be a combination of a lot of things. It could just be you're not tweeting right, you're not tagging the right people, You
definitely have to tag people, and
oh yeah, I mean,
my poll was spazzing out again, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started tweeting about this project, I was using every hashtag I could think of, and I was getting like 3 hits on it. I'm like, wow, 3 people liked it, and I would load it up with like 15 hashtags of everything you could think of. And then I started tagging people. Now, I don't tag people at random. I tag people that I follow or follow me back, and who have larger numbers. Even the people who have small numbers. I mean, even the people who have like 50 or 60 followers.
Yes.
Anybody. More eyes on the project is just eventually it'll circulate even more because and I just started tagging people. I mean, you see my tweets. I mean, it's just loaded up with.
You've tagged me and stuff, but I've tagged you and stuff. Okay, so we have a couple follow-up questions to the last things that we've been talking about. So let me get to those. But first of all, hey Whack, what's happening? Art Rich is saying, yeah, great job. He also says sex sells, and then he goes, what do you mean by tagging people? And then I'm going to get to Journey's question after this because it has to do with what we talked about a minute ago. So depending on what platform you're using, tagging people is amazing. So if you're going to do like you know how on, let's say Instagram, you can do a reel and then just tag like a couple creators when you make a reel, and do that. What I know works really well for like Twitter and Instagram is there are Kickstarter, IndieGoGo, and Fund My Comic specific days. People with massive followings that are indie creators or IndieGoGo in those sites themselves will say, hey, it's creator blah blah day. Please post your book. Please post your content. Please post your art. So go in there and you post those links and people will find you, because I find some of the most dedicated people to the indie comic community are other indie comic creators.
Yeah, I mean, I have like I said, I've met some great people. I recently signed up for Facebook, and I joined like a whole bunch of indie comic promoting communities in there. And God, I can't remember the guy's name now, but the guy who does the G-Men, it's live right now on Kickstarter. Awesome books, looks absolutely amazing. And I was posting all the covers and all the links to my page, to my sites, and he ended up, liking every single one of them. Never talked to the guy before, but I was like, oh wow, I was like, shit, I'm getting his attention. I was like, oh my God, I was like, he's got like 15 books. I was like, Jesus, that's impressive. And he messaged me like a couple of days after I like maybe like a week or two after I signed up for Facebook, and all it was a link, and I clicked on the link and he did a whole article for me on his newsletter, on his newsletters that he sends out. And I was like, dude, I was like, I don't know what to say. I was like, oh my God, I was like, thank you. I was like, especially coming from someone of your status, I was like, you have like literally 15 books out. I'm like, thank you so much. I was like, this means so much to me. And all his reply was, he goes, don't worry about it. I remember starting out. I remember what it was like starting out. He goes, I remember it. He goes, I'm always here. And he goes, if you have any questions to ask me about something, if you ever want to just pick my brain, go right ahead, man. You can message me anytime you want, dude. I was like, thank you. He's like, don't worry about it. It's like, and you will meet the artists and the creators like that. Some of them will never pay you any attention. You can message them, you could tag them, you could jump in their tweets and ask them a question, and they will not even acknowledge you.
For sure. Well, tweets are interesting. So this is also from Journey. He's got two parts here. Tagging people works well if the people who you tag actually share their posts. Not necessarily true. Because if you're already responding into a thread that's got 1 billion people on it, that's reaching the follower, they're automatically seeing it also. And if you tag somebody, like the account, it's going to be shared to a lot of the followers, especially if you already follow those people as well. So you don't really need a hashtag anything. And if you tag somebody, they're going to see it based on who you're following. So it's really weird how it works.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I know I've had people who follow me.
Yeah.
And like, I'll tag them who I'm like, oh, I forgot I followed that guy. And I'll tag him, and it'll be like, 6 months into the, and I'm like, the first 2 weeks in the campaign.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, I've never seen this before. Why hasn't this been coming on my feed? I'm like, I don't know. You follow me and I follow you. I was like, you should be showing up on my feed and my feed should be showing up on yours. I was like,
so strange. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand how the algorithm.
I don't get Twitter at all, because let me tell you, I didn't use it for like 10 some years. I let my mom just use it to enter stupid contests. So I came back to it for the first time like maybe 2 months ago, and I'm like, I have no idea how any of this works.
The
I don't understand any of this stuff, any of that
of
thing over there. Yeah, it was daunting. I was like, what?
Yeah, I still don't get it. That's why I resorted to just tagging people. And most people, I would say probably about 95, 90, 98% of the people that I tag never complain. They never say anything.
Yeah.
They'll always either give me a like or they'll instantly give me a retweet or a retweet with a quote, you know.
Yeah.
I've had a couple people who have been like, please don't tag. I'm like, okay, dude, no problem. I'm like, not a problem, man. And unfollow. I'm like, we're good. Have fun.
Yeah. So a couple people are talking about Discord and then Facebook. Do you also do Discord or anything like that for promotional stuff?
I was on Discord. I was not getting anywhere with it. I was in a couple chat rooms.
Yeah.
And I would post. And I just didn't feel like it was doing anything. I signed up with Facebook, and I'm signed up with Facebook, and I'm with like, I signed up with like, I guess, I don't know, maybe like 15 different indie comic communities and group and chats and indie comic promoter. And you know, I just put out a post about once or twice a day in the chat room there. I've gotten a couple hits from them. I know I've gotten a couple sales from that. So that has been working and doing very, very well. And you meet a lot of new creators, and because not everybody uses Twitter. Some people like just using Facebook. Some people just don't like Twitter. And I understand, because it's like, I just don't want to deal with the headache of Twitter sometimes.
Yeah.
And you know, you're gonna come. I mean, I've come across the complete assholes who just love to jump in and just bust your balls, make fun of you, say something just to try and get you to say, you know, F off, F you.
Yeah.
So they can go around the block.
You'll run into all mix of people just about anywhere you go. Timothy says maybe Instagram. He goes, I use anything I can. I also tweet all night and get about 4 hours of sleep. You know, I don't tweet all night, but I get about 3 hours of sleep myself.
I did Instagram, but the one thing I didn't like about Instagram was that when you post, like, I would make like a little video of just all my different covers or some of the interior pages, and or just post a solid picture. You can't put links in the description. You can't put links. None of them work. So you have to put down in the description, link in bio. So then you're hoping that they're gonna like it, click on your thing, go to your bio, try to find the link. And you know, I run three different sites. So I'm like, well, I can only put one here. So okay.
You can put them in the link tree, which is the way people have been going. But they did add, you can add links to a reel now. So a clickable link to a reel now. So that has been updated. But
okay.
Yeah, but that's a plus. But they did add that, and they did add like a countdown thing. So they are updating their formatting and some stuff, but I don't think they're fully there yet. Especially with the formatting of certain file sizes. But yes, but you can in a reel access the links for that, and you could access a product if you have like a website and you want to do like a sale. You can also put that on there as well. CJ had a question. This is a really good question. What is the reason for using both or all three of your platforms for the crowdfunding? And what is the benefit of that? Doesn't it split your funds that could halt you from reaching your goals?
Well, the reason, and everybody asks me this of why I chose all three. And again, this is my first time ever doing this. So I've seen campaigns skyrocket and do amazing on IndieGoGo, and then go to Kickstarter and barely make $500. And I've seen books that do amazingly well on Kickstarter and then barely make $200 on IndieGoGo. And Fund My Comics was just opening up, and I was like, this sounds like it's going to be a good site. I was like, it should be very popular. And I know people were like, oh, well, what you should do is you should run it on one platform, wait till that closes out, then do it on Kickstarter, wait till that closes out, and then do it on this one and wait till it closes out. I was like, yeah, but then the people who booked on IndieGoGo, they're waiting another 60 days.
Yeah.
I was like, for their book. I was like, I shouldn't make that. I'm like, I don't want to piss them off because they're going to call me up and say, listen, where's my book? Oh, well, I have to wait till this other campaign is over because if, for printing wise, the more you print, the cheaper it is. The higher the number, the lower your price. So if you send them an order of only 100 books and then next month you sold another 100 books, well, the breakdown price is at 200. So you would have actually paid less money if you had printed them together. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do all three. It was definitely a nightmare. It really was, setting up all three platforms. I don't recommend it to anybody. I really don't. Pick one and just, but again, you know, I'm kind of like seeing which one does better so that the next time I'm like, okay, this platform does really good. I'm just going to use this one. Setting up all three sites was a pain. By the time I got done with Fund My Comics and Kickstarter, I actually contacted my logo designer, Chris Vengeance. And I was like, dude, here's my email. Here's my password. Log into IndieGoGo and set up my campaign. I'm done. I'm like, I'm not doing this again.
Well, okay. Let's go back to your Kickstarter so we can go over your Kickstarter stuff. I'm going to play the video on your Kickstarter because it's really awesome.
Yes.
Hold on, let me go over here. Let me know. Why is this doing this? Hold on a second. Okay. There we go. Here we go. Let me make this full screen. All right. Is this on full screen now? Can you see this large?
Yes.
On my, okay. All right. Let me, wait. Let's hit play. Let me hit play. I'm going to take my headphones off and hit play because I'm not all fancy set up on this computer. So, all right. Let's hit play. There we go.
Welcome to the New American Order. Please be advised of the following. No freedom of religion. No bread or processed meat. No smoking or alcohol usage. All civilians over 16 years of age must work a minimum of 40 hours per week. Anyone in violation of the New American policies will be deported or executed. Thank you and enjoy your stay. Sugar, you're really starting to piss me off.
Very cool. That's awesome. That's a very cool intro. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that was done by Silvera. He did a book called Liz Ray, which is very good. If you missed it, you can actually get it on Kickstarter under my add-ons. He made the video for me because I saw his trailer that he did for his book, and I was like, dude, that's an awesome trailer. I was like, that's awesome animation. I was like, can you make me one? He's like, sure. And then my fiance did the voice for the video, and then my best friend did the music.
That's cool. I know. I really like the music. I like the way
he was
they animated
the only one
it.
that I trusted to do. Yeah,
I really like the way they animated it.
My friend. my friend Matt, he was the only one I would trust to do the music, and I was just like, because we're both metalheads, and I was like, dude, I was like, I need something metalish. I need like a Machine Head, Drowning Pool kind of style. He's like, yeah, I got it. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, cool.
Nice. Okay. For the people that might be just joining us, coming in, would you like to tell us about the story, the book that's right now, so we can get into that a little bit?
Okay, so the story is that it's set somewhere. The story is set somewhere in the future, near future, present day. I don't really give a date. America has fallen due to the Second Civil War. The country has been ravaged by war, nuclear fallout, and bio fallout. A new regime called the New American Order, or the NAO, has seized control and risen to power of what remains of America, and has hurled the survivors into what is called into what is left of like from the East Coast, and anybody who does not obey or follow or comply with their new rules and new way of living is deported to the ruins of New York City, or you are executed. And now, with the threat of a third war hanging in the balance, Rogue is people's last chance for, I guess you would say, true freedom, for redemption. The only problem is she doesn't fucking care anymore of what happens, of what side wins, and she has no care for it. So can she find redemption and remember who she used to be, or is she just going to let everything burn?
Amazing. Also, a few of the guys got a sneak peek of the art that was just showing on there. And Carolina Chris, his peepers are out, his eyeballs. He saw some butt cheeks. Art Rich says, it looks awesome. Sounds like a plausible outcome. And I can't think of anything worse than being deported to NYC. And Timothy says, and big buns. And James says, I guess you've never been to Jersey.
I've been to Jersey. I know. It's, yes.
Before I scroll down, let's just say this is a mature comic. It is YouTube friendly, safe, but parts have been edited for the safety of the tubes. But I believe you could get some not safe for work editions in your thing, but we are going to get to the sauce.
Yes.
So you have
and actually, Kickstarter is the only platform where I have, I guess you would say, not safe for work covers. If you want just if you want regular covers, just classic old covers, you can get them on IndieGoGo and Fund My Comics. Kickstarter is the only one that I have nude covers on.
Okay. But they're covered up for the safety of the YouTubes in the YouTube lands. Okay. I know, because they're not. But I hope hold on to your butts, boys. Hope you're ready for the sauce, because you also have some cosplay covers that are pretty saucy.
Yes. Glenn did an amazing job.
Yes. I'm going to leave it at James Smith's quote here, where he just goes gulp. All right, let's go. Let's get into some sauce art, and then we'll go over your tiers and all that stuff. Now, this is on Kickstarter, where you have the saucier covers on here. So we're going to go over each one of your campaign pages and all that stuff on here. So I'm assuming the prices are all the same for each one, except for when you go into your different covers. Like here, you have your not safe for work covers. So
my exclusive covers. Because each platform has their own exclusive cover. So those are a little bit, so the prices are a little different. But the
the general covers are all the same price across the board on all three sites.
Perfect. All right, perfect. Now, before we get over there, is this shipping to physical copies are shipping globally?
Yes, shipping US and global.
Perfect. Hey Drac, what's going on? All right. These guys are all riled up. Let's get going into some saucy art. Also, before you should know, she's a 90s babe. She is quite manga, and she's hot. She's a babe. Think 90s action. Think very she's gonna kick your ass. And she's very flexible. So here we go. She is very Chun-Li style, about to stomp a with some juicy. I like her stockings here. They're very patriotic.
Yes, that was actually done by Kitty. He was just having fun one day because his brain started to fry out a little bit from drawing, and I was like, yeah, dude, it's gonna happen. Just take a break. And he was like, I want to draw a rope, but like in a not so position that is like really not feasible. I was like, dude, it's comic book world. Do anything you want.
You can literally do anything.
I was like, look at Spider-Man, the way they make him bend and move. I was like, you think that's possible in human life?
All right. Timothy says he's starting to sweat. The suspense is killing me. Yeah. You try to ship some comic books overseas and it's expensive. Dude, I shipped a box to Canada around Christmas time and it cost me $65. Note to self, buy buns at the store tomorrow. I bet she can make a dime. Yes. You're talking about a pound overweight. Yeah. Friggin' turd. Yes, that's me, by the way. I also go by Turd Ferguson. And they're like, oh my God, look at that. Yes, they're saying, oh, let's pause on this. Yeah, so go check these out. Okay, so now the first 50 backers, of course, did that already happen? Are we at 50 backers yet? No.
We're at 20. We're at 29 and 20 hours to go. So everybody, so that's still good. Yeah, that 6x9 print, that one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's getting that. Everybody who backs a copy is getting that for free, and that's a 6x9 print.
6x9, and she's very, very svelte. She's gonna kick your butt. Yeah, definitely gonna happen. And as you can see, there's very like nukes battle scenes happening here. And I also want to say, I think I've seen his art style before because it looks so familiar.
That's again, that's Kitty. That's my artist.
But I'm saying, I swear I've seen his art before. Like I go to a lot of anime conventions, and I swear I've seen his art somewhere. Yes. So this is your main character here. This is Rogue, aka she's Scarlet, aka Rogue. Would you like to describe her a little bit so that the people know the sauce that they are looking at here?
Rogue, or her real name is Scarlet, is a former Marine Black Ops operative. She got her nickname in Rogue while in the service for her rebellious attitude and not always following orders and just always doing what was right. She cared more about doing what was right and for the people than what was popular or what was her orders. And she was the best there was at her job. And yeah, that's a, I don't want to give away too much, so, but that's
I think that's a good snippet.
That's who she is. She always did what was right. She didn't follow orders, and that's where she got her name from. And everybody called her a rogue because she just did what was right and didn't really care if it was against orders or if somebody didn't agree with it.
Perfect. And then down here we have the lovely Catherine Vanderbeek.
Catherine Vanderbeek is the president of what's left of the United States,
and the supreme commander of the new American order. She looks down on everybody. She refers to people as peasants. She believes that the people are there to serve the government, and that it is their job to provide for her, and that she is above everybody else, and is just your regular kind of politician.
Yeah, except for she's wearing the most fabulous outfits ever and some amazing heels.
Yes.
And here we have the smarmy Mr. Chad.
Mr. Chad Spencer. He is the leader or ruler, I guess you would say, of the wastelands, or what was New York City. He has rallied up the people there, and he has convinced them to fight for their cause, and that he's going to fight for them, and that he is going to march them back to their holy land, to their country, where everything will be different and everything will be much better, and that the roads will be paved in gold. Only if you are willing to give your life, your commitment, your sacrifice, and everything you hold dear to me, and you actually do all the fighting and all the hard work, and I'm just going to sit back here and tell you to keep fighting. He cares nothing for the people. He uses them, and he's willing to sacrifice every single last one of them in order for him to get out of the wastelands and back in control.
James says he should have been the president of Chad. A lot of people saying that they like her. That's sick. Lots of fire. Her design reminds me of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I like it. They dig the art. Looks like a Capcom character. Someone says maximize the screenplays. I don't think the screen can take it anymore.
well, when me and Kitty were coming up with costume designs, especially for Catherine, I was like, well,
yeah.
Everybody who's living in the new world today, as like, they're kind of left over with whatever clothes are available and uniforms and, pretty much like that. I was like, she should be laced in furs and colored hair to show that she has more money, and jewelry and lavishing clothes to really look like well above the common man.
Timothy is dropping some knowledge of some amazing 90s stuff. And he's saying, so he is Edgar friendly. Will Wesley Snipes kill him? Okay. And now we're going back down here. So here we go. Here's some snippets of the interior pages. You can see like the gray tone, the zipatone type stuff. Got some grays. Here's a map of these states where you see the biohazardous, wastelandy stuff, no-go zones, all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The art style is sick. I really like it.
Yeah, Kitty did an amazing job. He really did.
So this is the NAO. This is what's taken over the world. There's our lovely Presidente.
And there is a list of all your new rules.
It's awful. It's awful. I'd say everybody in here would riot right now. Like CJ would riot right now just based on no red or processed meat, no smoking, no alcohol.
No sex.
Ooh. Everything that's all evil. And also, if you're found in violation of the New America policies, you'll be deported to New York or executed, by the way. CJ already lives in New York, so I'm sorry.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, but here you can see the art style. It's very, very, very action driven, and it's got like that 90s anime comic feel to it, and I really like the eye work that he's got. It's very his own art style, which is neat.
Yeah, I say, Kitty really did an amazing job. I loved his artwork because I like how it was a combination of manga style with the eyes and women's muscle and everything. But then he also did like Western shading and gray scaling.
Yeah. This outfit is so 90s. This is amazing. This is like so 90s.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when Kitty was like, so what do you want her for outfit? I'm like, Daisy Duke shorts, wife beater, and a jacket. He's like, what? I'm like, trust me. I was like, what's it? And it was funny because, again, he's from over by near Germany. He's like, what's a Daisy Duke short? I'm like, oh, God, I have to explain this to you.
You should have modeled it for him and then, you know, really
just like, I'm like, you know, like I'm like, booty shorts, you know, like shorts that basically like have like your ass cheeks hanging out still. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, why do you call it Daisy Duke? I'm like, long story, never mind.
So Timothy goes, Manga Watchmen, and do they have 3 seashells? You know, I don't think they have any shells at all.
No, there's no three seashells in this story, but there could be one in book 2. We never know.
Oh, look for that. Maybe we'll finally figure out how to actually use them. Also, Art Rich says, I think it says that all comics are outlawed except for Rob Liefeld comics. He says that's great. The 90s fashion kid, back too. Yeah, the 90s fashion. Oh, hey Jean, welcome. I know you fell asleep and are now awake because we've been streaming for so long. He's from, so you said Kitty is from Germany? Is that where he's from?
He's from over near Germany. I forget the name.
Germany. Okay, perfect.
I forget the name of the country.
So he's from over in that area. So a lot of our like slang terms for words get lost in translation when you go to try to like describe something. Because I have a lot of friends that happens with. We'll sit there for like 10 minutes trying to figure out what we're talking about.
Yes, yeah. I even just talking with him, like when I message him in the morning, and I'll be like, "Oh, what's up, mofo?" And he's like, "The hell's a mofo?" I'm like, you know, never mind.
Yes, because it's also funny because some of their words over there, like,
and then he's right, and then
our words here. Yeah,
he's used slang to me, and I'm like, the fuck did you just say?
Yeah, it's a very interesting, weird thing. Also, good night, Boggs. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. Okay, let's get back to it. But yes, I also love the hair. Come on, that's fabulous. The chain belts. Yes. Okay, so here we're going into the different covers, and these are the covers for Kickstarter. Okay, you have standard cover, $15 by Kitty. It's Kitty Cuss. That's how he's pronouncing his name. Kitty Cuss. Yep. Okay.
Yep, and that's as he called it, the Akira Slide homage cover.
Yes.
Yeah,
he wanted slide. Yes.
He wanted to do that. He was like, well, I want to do a standard cover. I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, well, what? He's like, but he's like, I want to try something. He goes, I don't know if it's gonna work. And he goes, and I don't know if you're gonna like it. And he goes, but I want to try something. I was like, okay, just show me what you got. And he was like, I always loved this slide. It was the coolest thing. I was like, yeah, the Akira slide. I was like, that's a classic. And he nailed it. He did a great job on it. I was like, yeah, dude, that's sold.
James Smith is saying he's German and Germans love David Hasselhoff. This is fact. Also, it works. Yes, I believe it also works. And that's a great cover, and I love the background that you got there with like the desert, wasteland, cityscape.
Yeah, he did a great job on it.
Yes. The bike looks great too, and I like that it's like kind of Americanized, like 70s chopper, which is dope.
Yep, I sent him a picture, because there are motorcycles in the comic, and I knew the style that I wanted. Okay. So I just sent him some screenshots, some pictures downloaded from Google. And I was like, this is what I want the bike to look like. I was like, I don't want one of those, race rockets, Japanese speed bikes. I says, I want old school
rockets.
Right. I was like, no, I don't want a crotch rocket. I says, I want an old school Harley chopper style motorcycle. Nice. He was like, okay.
Nice. I like that. Nice. Okay, so the next cover you got here is a Punisher homage. I like this cover a lot. This is very cool cover.
That one's actually the most popular cover I have.
Yeah.
That was done by Sim
who is currently doing his not first book. I had him do that cover for me. And yeah, I mean it just came out fucking beautiful.
Oh, it looks so good. Also, kudos to his little signature there. That is adorable. His little,
that's Kitty's
there.
That is Kitty's little logo.
Icon thing. Yeah, it's so cute.
He asked me if he could put it on the covers of the books. I was like, yeah, dude, it's cool.
That's so adorable. I love it. It's so cute. All right, now come down here. You're having, guess what, CJ? CJ, where are you at? There's a New Mutant cover homage. Bam! Look at this. Look at this right here. Right here. Look at this. Look at this, CJ. How much do you want this, CJ?
That one, I had that one done by Mike, who does USA Assassin. And I think he's working on the Rhythm and Pain book right now too. I'm not sure, but yeah, I had him do that cover for me. I mean, that was the cover back in my day. I mean, that was the cover.
Yeah. Good one. It's a very good one.
I mean, you could be. I mean, it's still. I mean, like, I don't think there's a single comic book company out there that did not use that cover for some sort of homage.
It's been homaged a lot. Rob Liefeld, and then Timothy says CJ explodes, and then CJ says McFarlane did New Mutants 87.
No, he inked New Mutants 87. Rob Liefeld drew it. Todd McFarlane inked it for him.
Snap.
Know your comics.
Ooh. And then here we get into some cosplay covers.
Yes. I found Lynn on Twitter. And again, when I was starting this project, I was like, you know, and I was looking at a lot. I mean, I've been a consumer for quite a while, buying indie comic books, and I started looking at a lot of other people's campaigns of what sells, what didn't sell, what did good, and I saw people doing cosplay covers, and I was like, well, my character has a simple, basic, easy outfit. Like, there's no like custom made superhero outfit they have to make. I was like, I should do a cosplay cover. I was like, but I need somebody built like a brick shithouse. I'm like, I need somebody who looks like they could just crush you with one hand. And I was scrolling through Twitter, and I came across Lynn, who is a professional cosplayer and model. And she had a cosplay up of her as an orc flexing her arms. And I'm like, sold. And I mean, believe me, messaging her, I was actually very intimidated and scared. I was just like, please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. And I was like, hey, would you be interested in doing a comic book cover for me? And she's like, I've never done a comic book before. I was like, well, do you want to do one? She's like, absolutely. And I sent her the pictures of Rogue. And she's like, oh my God, I love the costume. She's like, I love the character. And she's like, I have most of this stuff already. She's like, so it's not really a big problem. And she did a great job. And not only can you get that cover, but all her cosplay covers are going to be signed by her too.
Oh, very nice. So if you want to find her, it's synthetic_Lynn, and that's she's gonna sign that as well. But if you want, I can post all these in the description down below too.
Yeah,
she can go find them.
And you know what's funny is as badass and tough as she looks, where you look like you look at her the wrong way and she'll just twist your neck sideways. She's actually one of the most sweetest and kindest people you'll ever meet. She really is. She is a total sweetheart. She's a total geek, and everything. She was a total blast to work with. She's so much fun.
Okay, we have some updates and debates on the New Mutants 87. Timothy says, oh, damn, he got schooled. And then CJ says, McFarlane corrected the lousy lipo work on New Mutants 87. I know my comics well.
Oh, yeah, but see on the covers and on the inside, it does say top. It says Rob Liefeld, and then it's inked. I think what you mean is that McFarlane probably corrected some of his stuff. It's always back and forth because you could go back to even the old Hawk and Dove days where he just drew something and who really messed it up. So it's still drawn by Rob Liefeld there. It's inked by McFarlane, and I'm pretty sure McFarlane, being McFarlane, wanted to correct things and change things up a little bit. So it's still done, but it's still done by. I think he just wants to try and change it to McFarlane because he doesn't want to admit that he likes a Rob Liefeld drawing.
Also, Hayden, he says we all like sexy ladies for sure. And Cedar says McFarlane's signature is clear on the cover.
Yes, it is right next to Rob Liefeld's name after it, which indicates that the artist's name goes first. Then the inker's name is second.
Oh, schnapples. All right, let me leave that up there. Let's go back because my next cover that I like a lot is the Tim Vigil cover. So if we come down here, can we see the Booty Badass cover by Tim Vigil? Boom. And
yes, I still can't believe that I got him to do it. And the coolest thing is I got the original of that.
Oh.
Like I said, he doesn't do Twitter. He doesn't do social media at all. I found him on his own webpage, and he had a section that was just commissions. And I was like, okay. I was like, for a regular drawing, I was like, a comic book cover is different. I was like, I highly doubt he's going to do a cover for a no-name indie comic guy. I was like, he's probably not. But I emailed him, and, I was like, dude, I've met you at a convention years ago. I've been a huge fan. I love your artwork. I grew up on it. I was like, could you please, I was like, it would mean the world to me if you could do a cover for me for my very first comic book. And he emailed me back like 2 or 3 days later, and I was just like, oh my God, he responded. And he was like, tell me about your story and show me your character. And I told him what the story was about, and then I sent him a whole bunch of pictures and drawings of Rogue. And he emails me back, and he's like, dude, she's booty badass. I'm like, and he was just like, he's like, I'm going to draw your character. I'm going to draw Rogue subduing another man with her ass on his face. And I'm like, okay. I was like, actually, that's a lot calmer than I thought you would ever say. So I'll take it.
Yeah.
And he did that for me. And I was like, dude, that is beyond sick.
Yeah. So we actually have a couple people saying that he is on Instagram. I chat with him on there. He's very nice.
I didn't know he was on Instagram.
We chat about some dumb stuff. Oh yeah. Just Tim Vigil, you'll find him. I don't think he has like weird name or anything, but yeah, I chat with him all the time. He's very friendly on there. He posts a lot of good art. And Timothy here says, oh, Snapples made the best facts on earth. And then fun fact, I actually have a Snapple in front of me. Would you like to hear fun fact 462? Too bad, because I'm going to tell you. It says, there is a ranch in Texas that is bigger than the entire state of Rhode Island. I believe it. Rhode Island is tiny. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And I would say, James says he loves the design and the transparent logo. Yeah, isn't that pretty? I love it.
Yeah. He and all his work was always in black and white. So he was like, oh, do you want me to color it? I was like, no, I grew up with your Faust black and white book. I was like, no, I don't want it colored. And he was just, and when he was doing the drawing, he was like, okay, he's like, so the drawing, I could do the drawing with a background, or I can do the drawing, no background, and I can mail you the original. I'm like, I'll take the original, please.
Yeah. No, I love his work so much. Also, Hi Court, how are you doing? And Drax says he is drunk, drinking with his friends. He lives on that ranch, and it's called ranch dressing. Wow. Wow. Well,
Gonna be that
Drax.
kind of.
All right, we're gonna come down here because we got more saucy covers. This cover is limited to only 25 covers, and here we got some naughty stuff. Oh, schnapples.
Actually, I had to take that one down.
Oh, you had to take this one down? Okay.
Yeah, that one's not available anymore because I only had one buyer on it, and I wasn't getting any more hits on it.
Okay.
So, and it comes to a printing thing. I can't print just one copy of a cover. So I contacted the buyer of it. I was like, I politely explained it to him, the situation with the cover, and he was like, yeah, dude, not a problem. He's like, not at all. He's like, I can refund it and I'll just get a different cover. I was like, thank you. So that one I took down. It just wasn't selling. I don't know. Maybe because I just have too many covers. So hopefully maybe when we go to a reprint or book 2, I'll be bringing that one back.
Okay. You're gonna have way more eyes on it next time, so that'll be something to cover. And Drac says fiends, not friends, but they are his friends. If I had a live mic, I'd thoroughly help educate the gentleman on how McFarlane not only corrected Liefeld on New Mutants 87, but tells it. You know what I think needs to happen? I think Dave and CJ need to battle each other on Biggie Shack's trivia question night is what needs to happen. I think that might need to happen. Yeah. Also,
it get brutal.
It does get brutal because they have a trivia night where they go and ask all kinds of sorts of random questions, and the victor gets put on a comic book cover, bargaining rights. So yeah. Also, yeah, nice. Yeah. So Biggie, if you're around, we might have another Smarty Smarts that needs to battle Journey here. Court. What are we talking about? We are talking to Dave here, who has a book called Rogue. Yeah, he just popped in here. He's on Twitch, so he's all lonely by himself on Twitch right now. So, Court, we're talking to Dave, and he is the writer and creator of Rogue, The American Dream, which is the amazing book that we're looking at right now. So no joke, CJ actually won several of those battles, but James says touche. He loves the naughty foil cover. Yeah, I'm going to go over that because we do want it in the future. It might be available. Travis, I hope you're feeling better. And also, there's going to be a lot of pie coming up in the next couple covers as well. How many covers total are there? Like out of all the campaigns?
Combined, I got to here for a second. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 different covers.
Okay.
I will admit this, and I've said it to my artists, and I said to people, I definitely went overboard with covers. Unfortunately, I'm a complete nerd and a geek, and I love so many different styles and different takes on the character where I just couldn't say no, and it just kind of ran by itself, and I'm like, maybe I overdid this too much.
In response, CJ says, Jesus, that's a lot of covers. Yeah. James says, fight. CJ says, trust me, I know everything.
I definitely went overboard on the covers, but unfortunately, I liked so many different artists. Because each artist brought a different feel, a different take, a different style to the character, and love their style, love their artwork, and I was just like, I couldn't say no. They were just like, hey, and some people just messaged me too, and like, hey, can I do a cover, man? Like, I really like your character, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay. I'm like, okay.
That's funny. And we have Court saying, oh, congrats on your books. Looks great. Yes, I'll get back more into that in 1 second.
Thank you.
And Dave didn't need McFarlane to correct a single cover. Oh, shit. Shots fired at Liefeld. Oh, snap. That was from James, by the way, not CJ. Damn. All right. So this cover is no longer available, but possibly might be available in the future. So
yes,
take a look in all the glorious pie Glory right there. Lovely. So many abs. She's a kick-ass lady.
That was done by he's on Twitter, Bad Hunter. Did a great job on it. We actually became friends through it.
Nice.
Yeah, he did a great job on it.
I like the background. The background's cool.
Yeah, the background, I love what he did. I just love it. It was awesome.
Now, this one is adorable. This is an exclusive cover by Art of Matthew. I swear I know this name. I might be following him.
He does a lot of he has his own store where he sells stickers of all comic book characters drawn in that style.
Okay. Now, this cover here, I don't know if I could show this. I should be able to show it. I could show it.
Yeah,
it's limited 25. The cover finale version will be topless and cover in chrome foil. Shebang. Look at this beautiful. That's gonna look really good in chrome. Just saying, really good in chrome. Like super good in chrome. Let me leave that up there for a second.
Yeah, I love that cover. It's a simple cover, but just so cool. Like I gave him like I explained like the kind of pose I wanted, and then I was like, give me some sort of like half circle like behind her, but with like red, white, and blue kind of pattern to it. He's like, he also did the sticker for me when I was doing my pre-launch for everybody who signed up early and backs a physical copy gets a sticker. He actually did the sticker for me, and he was like, dude, your character was so fun to draw. He goes, I had so much fun. He goes, if you ever want anything else from me, you let me know. I'll give you a discount, whatever you want, man. It's cool. I'm like, okay.
Nice. CJ says, if you had 11 covers for your first book, you're going to have 47 in your next one.
No, the next one I'm toning down. I'm going to tone it down. Tone it down.
And then James says, so that's where milk comes from. Art Rich says, nailed the anatomy. And CJ wants to know how TM's date went. Oh,
TM.
Hey. That's somebody in chat right now. Also, her face is so pretty. I really like her. Her face is lovely. All right. I'm going to come down here. This is your Kickstarter exclusive cover.
Yep.
Look at this. Yowza. Look at the thighs, the anatomy on this babe right here. She is ready to crush you with her thighs.
Yeah, I love that cover that Kitty did. It just came out so badass.
Oh yeah. Okay, so here's your sticker bundle for add-ons. You got a lot of saucy mixed sauce, a lot of shiny on the hiney, a lot of stuff happening here.
And then that one is a 6x9. You can order that as a 6x9 print for
an add-on.
Yeah, and that will also be signed by Lynn too if you decide to add that on. A 6x9 print of her. Yeah, that will also be signed.
Let's take a minute to check her out. She is rocking some goods. She's very pretty. I like she's very pretty. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I think my thing is kind of frozen for a minute in the chat, so I'm gonna let that catch up. But yeah, she's very lovely. So she's the same one that's on the cover for your cosplay cover. She is lovely. Okay, so you got a bundle down here.
Yes. That cover, if you finish scrolling down, that She-Hulk homage cover, that is exclusive to the I called it Give Me the Red bundle. It comes with every single cover except for the exclusive ones, and you also get the stickers with it. It's $90, and then you get that cover for free.
Ooh,
you will get a free copy of the book with that cover if you buy the $90 package.
Okay. So then everything under here is where you have the add-ons for Liza Ray, I believe.
Yeah. If you buy a copy of Rogue and then go into the add-on sections and buy Liza Ray, which is listed in there. It's issue 1 and 2.
Okay.
If you buy those, then you also get the 6x9 print of Liza Ray versus Rogue. You'll get that for free.
Very nice. Very cool. I like her outfit. That's a very cool outfit.
Yeah,
This is very pretty.
I bought the books myself. I read them. They were awesome. They were great.
Pants are awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely a 90s character.
Okay. You're also putting in Comics Wellspring because that's literally like 20 minutes from my house. I've noticed a lot of people use them.
They're great. They have a great, their prices are awesome.
Yeah.
Believe me, I shopped around and I was calling print shops and, and then I called them and they were like, yeah, they're like, it's this much. I was like, yo, that's like half the price that somebody else told me. They're like, yeah. They're like, no problems.
The quality is really good. They have really thick, like the cardboard stock is really nice.
And what's also really nice that when you call them, like their customer service people are actually friendly. Like I've called a couple of print shops and it's like, yeah, what do you want? I'm like, hi, yeah, what do you want? I'm like, quote, like, oh,
yeah,
go online. We're busy. Their customer service people are actually really friendly and really
they're awesome. Yeah.
And they're actually knowledgeable, where if you ask them a question, they're not going to go, hold on, let me transfer you to somebody else.
Yeah.
They know, and they'll be able to really help you out and give you the best advice on things and let you know like how everything's going to work. They also have their own templates. So you don't have to worry about like when you go to print, like, oh crap, I didn't set the templates right. They have their own templates that you can upload and use them. So that's what Kitty used for every panel or every page that he did. Because I was like, these are the panels, these are the sizes. So, and it's
perfect.
Like where your border is, where your bleed is, where the grip mark is.
Yes.
It explains it all. And it was like, so just
very
go
nice.
It'll be fine. So really good. They're really good.
We have some comments and some questions. So Eat Rich says, wow, that looks great. Timothy Olson says, that's on Kickstarter, right? Okay. So it's currently running on 3 platforms. This is the one for Kickstarter, and it has Kickstarter exclusive covers. So the links are down below for each one of the platforms. You have Kickstarter, IndieGoGo, and you have Fund My Comic. The one that we just looked at right now is Kickstarter.
Kickstarter's ending in like less than a day. It's only got like 20 hours left. And those covers are exclusive only to Kickstarter. So once Kickstarter ends, I'm not going to be bringing those covers over to Fund My Comics or any place else. So if you want to get those covers, you got to jump over there now and get them before time runs out.
Yes. CJ has some print shop questions. He wants to know, how many print shops did you have to go through before you settled with the one you're using? And are you doing plate printing?
Plate printing is a little bit more expensive and harder to do. The quality is better if you use plates. I work at a print shop, and I've been printing since I was 18. So I do know a lot of, so it was very helpful to know this stuff myself. I called a lot of print shops, probably about like 3 or 4 different ones. Comics Wellsprings had the best prices, and I've seen their work. I've seen the books that they are the creators that use them. So I know that they do really, really good work, and they're cheaper because they're not doing plates and most likely using a digital copier, digital press, which instead of a metal plate, it's like a paper style kind of plate that the image is lasered into, and it prints like that. So you still get a really good quality and details in it. And it's a lot cheaper than metal plates, because metal plates are just they're expensive, and if you want to do different versions, it's a lot more expensive to change plates and everything, and it's a whole new make ready, whole new setups. on presses, and pressmen hate them. I know this.
So let's end the Kickstarter one. So I'm gonna go really quickly through the tiers and how much they are real quickly, and then I'll move real quick to the IndieGoGo because that's also ending at the same time tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. So right now you can pledge without any reward. You can enter any amount from $1 to however much you want. Everything on here is already funded, so you don't have to worry about it not being funded. So it is ending tomorrow. So you have the main cover, which is $15. It is global shipping. And right now, if you hit pledge,
US shipping is $10.
Yep.
Global shipping is $20. I know 20 is expensive, but I've heard so many other creators like this was one of the main things they told me. They're like, dude, when you do global shipping, make sure you charge enough. They're like, I had to eat so much money when it came to shipping. I didn't.
So there's shipping companies that you can use that are cheaper that could save you a bit of money, like pirate shipping, and it goes through the USPS that a lot of people use that go outside of the country. Right now you have $20 for overseas. I've seen people go up to like $40, but I think that might be a tad bit expensive over there. But right now, US, you have $10, so that's not bad. So you have $15 for your main cover and like $10 for shipping for US. But yeah, that's not bad at all. And then for another $15, you have the Kickstarter exclusive, which is the explosion one with the super jacked body. And then you can get a sticker pack right here if you just want the stickers for $15. Then right here, the Punisher homage for $20. That's nice. That's very cool. Yeah, the New Mutants one. I already know CJ wants that. $20 for New Mutants. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought my thing froze again. The Chrome Foil Topless Edition, $20. That's pretty cool. That one's going to look nice. Now, the Tim Visual cover, which is your saucy booty babe cover, $25. That's awesome. I really like that art. If you want the cosplay cover that is signed, $25. Now, if you want Double Trouble, which is a physical copy of both homage covers, which is the Punisher and the New Mutants, for $35. You're actually saving a bit of money.
Yep.
Yeah. Very nice. Get all three. Boom, boom, boom. $50. Nice. Get all four. $65. So it looks like the more covers you're getting, the more price that you're kind of saving.
Yeah, I took everything down by like I took like everything down by like $5 or $10 of what it would cost you. I was like, well, if you're gonna buy more for me, like if you want more, I was like, I'll save you more. I'm like,
All right, so Kickstarter ends to the 25th at 9:41 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. All right, let me get rid of this guy. And then that's going to take me to where we're at, IndieGoGo. So hold on one second. I just saw new people in the chat. Hi, Kev. How are you? And you hate the idea of shipping and fulfillment? Yes, but it's got to be fun when... Am I posing for covers? No, but I probably could. I'm good right now, though. Thank you, guys. Yes, what a team. Also, Glenn, you're back. Nice, Glenn. Okay. We are now on the IndieGoGo. IndieGoGo, you have, wait, let me refresh this real quick.
And then, I mean, everything is the same on IndieGoGo. Prices are the same of all the books. The only thing, I don't have a cosplayer cover for IndieGoGo. And I have only one exclusive cover for IndieGoGo.
Okay. So let's explain this for a minute. You are at $322 out of $500 for your goal on here. You have 26 hours left, but you have this set to where it is the flexible goal. But if it does not reach the funding, they're going to take the amount of money, and whoever backs it is going to get their items.
Yes. Yeah, because I have flex goaling on that. So that means that even if it doesn't reach the $500, the campaign will still be funded. And everybody will still get their books. And I did that on all three campaigns. Because I wasn't sure going into this. I was like, I don't know if this is going to sell. I could end up selling 5 copies. I could sell 30 copies. I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go.
Hold on, my screen turned black, so let me reshare that screen so I can go back over there. IndieGoGo. There we go. Okay. So here we go. Here's a 322 of the 500. You have 26 hours left. You know what? I think this might hit the 500. I'll share this more on the Twitter when I'm done. So this gets around more just in case. But yeah, so if it does end here, but you do have an exclusive on here, which I think is really neat because I think a lot of people will like this cover.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite, actually.
Right here.
That was done by by my friend who I met on Twitter by the name of Rubinson, and then it was colored by Sims Harry, and I absolutely love that cover that he did. It
looks really nice.
It just came out so badass looking.
And that is the IndieGoGo exclusive. And if you look at it, it is 25% off. So it's 15 USD. Unfortunately, I can't click it to go there, but I'm assuming shipping is the same. So that would be $10.
Yes, shipping is across all 3 sites. US shipping is $10, and worldwide is $20.
So Timothy says that's so Wolverine. Yep, that's the homage cover for the IndieGoGo. And Archie, you gotta go to bed. Night. See you later. Journey also wants to know what are the 3 crowdfunding platforms have you had the experience? Okay, that just says have you had the experience with thus far, best or worst, or how about both? Which one have you had the best and worst experience with so far?
So far, my best experience so far was Kickstarter. They were really easy to set up, and it's making the most money. IndieGoGo was a pain in the ass to set up. Like I said, I actually paid someone to do it for me because I was like, dude, I'm ready to throw. I'm like, I'm gonna break my phone. Set this up for me. I'm like, I'm gonna punch my phone. Just set this up for me. I'll pay you. But my comics, it was a little bit of a pain in the ass to set up because they had they had very high guidelines of what you have to, the amount of like details you have to put into the description of your story, and they have a feature where if like you go to change, like after you submit it for approval by them, and once it's approved, like if you want to change something in the detailed descriptions or add more pictures or add a picture to it, it actually has to go back for reapproval again, which is annoying if you want to add something onto it, like, hey, I got some more pages done and I wanted to add another page or a better something else. Kickstarter, I like because you can just change it up, no problems. You're already approved. You can change and do anything you want to your campaign. The only thing you can't do is cancel an order, cancel a reward if somebody's already backed it. You can't cancel it. It's a lot easier to find people and to contact people through Kickstarter. The notifications are a little bit nicer too. I mean, Find My Comics has been good. I can't complain about them. But I would definitely say Kickstarter's been nicer to me.
I'd say the one thing that really annoys me about my Fund My Comic is it's really awkward when you're searching.
Yeah, because if you scroll down and then hit more,
then it goes bloop. Yeah,
it flies back up and then like puts everything back out of order again, and you're like, wait. I'm like, oh man.
It's like I was just there.
Yeah. I honestly, and the other thing, and especially as a consumer, I like this. I like that Kickstarter has an app that I don't need to re-log in every single day to check something. And I like that on their app, you just click on comics, you click all comic projects, and you click new, and you can see all the newest books that just came out that week or that month, and going, oh, that looks cool. Let me get that. You can check to see which ones are ending soon. And I like that they give you a reminder too. It's an automatic reminder, like, hey, this book's ending in 20 hours. This book's ending in 1 hour. Don't miss it. I'm like, oh, okay, I forgot about that.
Okay.
I honestly think I think Fun My Comics would do a lot better if they did an app and really went for that, because I think that's the way of the world today. I mean, everybody has apps. No one likes just going on.
Everybody has apps now. Okay, so let's go back to your IndieGoGo, because it's already after 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I gotta get going to bed soon.
I know. We could do this really, really quick. Okay, so this is your IndieGoGo exclusive. Now this is a different print. So the first 50 backers. So obviously, because there's not as many, so you automatically get this print here.
Yes, each platform has their own exclusive reward tier. So people, if you buy a book from each platform, you can get 3 different 6x9 prints for free. And that means you also get all the stretch goals, and each platform has their own set of stretch goals. So you could actually wind up with like a lot of free stuff.
Okay. Nice. So IndieGoGo right now, it's $15 because stuff is on sale.
I think that's the way they just always word it. It's the same prices across the board. Everything. Yeah, everything's
it's just
same.
weird. It's weird. It's just worded weird. But
I don't know. Kickstarter does. I don't know why IndieGoGo does that. But it's just like 15%, right? 15% of what? I told you that.
Yeah. So the only really difference on here is the Wolverine cover, obviously, and the print.
Yes.
And then if you want a 3-pack, you're going to get a different 3-pack compared to the one that is on Kickstarter and Fun My Comic. All right. I'm going to stop sharing this one, and then I'm going to go to, oh, shit. You love the Kickstarter app? Yes, I also do, too.
I love the app. It makes looking up comics and finding stuff and their search engine is better. Like, you could put search and like it actually pulls up what you're looking for.
Okay, so here is is it showing up? Okay, good. Let me close this. IndieGoGo. Yeah. Okay, so here's the Fun My Comic site. So if no one's ever been to Fun My Comic, this is what it looks like. You're also shopping like a cart at Fun My Comic. It's a little essentially different. So see down here you have a shopping cart. Because I just did this for the first time the other day. So you kind of like add things and add-ons to your cart, and then you check out. So you're doing it at the time of when you're backing, not like Kickstarter when it's at the end. So it's more like IndieGoGo-ish when you're doing it at the time of backing. So right now you have 30 days from today. It's already fully backed because you're just basically adding on and going as you go. So anything on this page, so if you can't make it today, you could still do it on the Fun My Comic. Now let's see if we scroll down here. That's the same. Is this a Virgin cover? Or is that just the artwork?
That's just the artwork.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's the same on this one, except I have a different cosplay cover and an exclusive and another exclusive cover.
Okay.
And if you scroll that picture right there, that's the free 6x9 for every backer.
That's the print. Okay, that's the print.
Yeah, that's my homage to the extreme Rob Liefeld days.
Super
and then I also have on Fun My Comics exclusive, I also have a promo going on with Timothy, who's doing a book called Melvin, who's on book 3 of that. If you get a physical copy of Rogue and any physical copy of Melvin, you get that 6x9 print for free as well.
Right there, actually. Timothy's been in chat the entire time. Who will also be on the show very, very soon, by the way. But yes, if you get this, you get an exclusive print. Nice. All right. So if you do that, let them know. So let me go up to the top here. Let's see if I can figure out where the new ones are at. So we got the same. That's no. Oh, those are different. So we got a sticker bundle.
The sticker bundle is different. Those were done by OK Fight. He draws massive, beautiful looking badass women.
Oh, he's got some good stuff.
Yeah, he is awesome. And he's a great guy. He really is.
That's great.
I already told him. I says, I'm gonna do book 2 with Kitty, but I already told him. I says, dude, I really love your artwork. I really want to do another. I want to do another project. I was like, and I want to do it with you. I was like, I want you as my artist. I was like, I love your fucking art style. And he's like, really? I was like, yes. I was like,
She looks
like okay.
super ripped there.
Oh, she is so fucking ripped. That's the 6x9 print. You can get that one of her, and that will also be signed by Lynn.
John, the site that I'm on right now is called fundmycomic.com, I believe. Yes, .com. So that's fundmycomic.com. And if you want it, it's in the description to the actual site, because it's kind of strange how you have to go and find it when you get there. But I do have it linked directly to the campaign down below.
If you go, and then when you go to Fund My Comics, under search engine, just put Rogue the American Dream, and it should bring you right to my site.
Yes. So this is the one that you have the extra 30 days for. The IndieGoGo and the Kickstarter are ending by like 9-10ish daylight savings time, Eastern daylight savings time today. So we got a new Kickstarter, a new cosplay print right there. There's the Punisher. There's the New Mutants. This is the new one. This is
that's my Weapon X homage cover, again done by Lubitson and colored by Sims Harry. That was, I remember when I met Lubitson on Twitter again, and just loved his artwork. And I asked him to do a cover for me, and he was like, "Sure, no problem." We became really good friends, and I always like to have the artist pick what they like the most. I'm like, "Well, you got to draw it, so I want you to be able to enjoy it." So I sent him a whole bunch of like 3 or 4 different homage covers that I loved growing up as a kid. And he picked the Weapon X one. I was like, all right, dude. He's like, oh, this is gonna be so good.
Nice.
And then a week later, as he's drawing it, he's like, oh my god, he's like, all these soldiers and there's this shading. I was like, dude, don't complain to me. You picked it. I was like, I didn't pick it, you did.
Oh,
I'm like, you can't complain.
So this is another cosplay cover. Nice. Yeah. They're all the cosplay stuff's going to be signed. So this is the same Tim Vigil, but for whatever reason that's not loading. I don't know. It's my thing.
And then I do have another. That's an exclusive one. That's an exclusive cover I have on there. That was done by Philip Grom. Awesome. Great artist, great guy. But yeah, that one's on there. That's an exclusive Fund My Comics cover as well.
Okay, so then basically the same double, triple packs down here.
Yep, except you get the Wolverine with the Weapon X, Weapon X cover and a different cosplay cover.
Yeah, and these act differently. So when you go to add these, it's going to add them down here to your cart. So you could add multiple of these down here to your cart. So it's just going to add that, and then I think it'll tally up all of your shipping when you're done in the cart when you're done. So yeah, that's the only really difference between the Fund My Comic. But you do have IndieGoGo and the Kickstarter ending tonight. Well, the 25th tonight. It is the 25th now. Too tired out of even. I don't know what day it is. We started like 4 days ago. I don't even know anymore. And then this is 30 days from now. So yes. You have options, people. You have options.
Oh, you got lots of options. But if you want any of the IndieGoGo or Kickstarter exclusives, you gotta get over there tonight. Because I won't be bringing any of them over until on Fund My Comics. I might bring over the Wolverine cover from IndieGoGo because I just don't think IndieGoGo got enough love. So I might bring that one over to Fund My Comics. But the exclusive covers on Kickstarter, once that ends, those will not be available. So if you want them, you got 20 hours left to go get them. And if you need some more time, or if you don't have the funds, message me on Twitter, let me know, and we can work something out.
And I feel bad because we had such a delay that there were still 12 questions in the chat, but that's okay. We've been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes. they can wait for another time.
Yeah. If anybody has any more questions, just find me on Twitter.
Yeah.
And you can find me on Twitter. And you can tag me, ask away, and I will answer all your questions that you have.
Yes. All right. I think we should get out of here.
Yes, because it is way past this old man's bedtime.
We are all old. We are all tired. We all need a pee.
Yeah, I mean,
let's go.
Yeah, I mean, like I remember even talking with my best friend, and like we'll go out, and like by 8, 9 o'clock at night, we're like yawning and like tired, like all right, let's go to bed. Like yeah, all right, dude, let's call it night. We'll go to I'll see you later. And I'm just like, dude, do you remember when we used to start the night at like 11, 12, 1 in the morning and be like, hey, it's 1 in the morning, let's get the hell out of here. Now we're like, it's 9 o'clock, dude, I'm going to bed.
Officially turned into an insomniac, kicking it stream. So yeah. Timothy says, yo, support Dave and this amazing project. Also, yo, because if you also support the Melvin and let them know, you get a bonus print thing. So bam, shabam, blah, blah, blah. Go do that.
Definitely.
Yes, don't forget to hit the like, as James says. Yeah, have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you very much.
Let's get the hell out of here. Let's wave awkwardly as we leave. Goodbye, people.
Bye.